Hi, my lovelies. Welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. If you're tuning in via YouTube, if you're tuning in via the podcast, thank you guys once again for taking the time to click on this particular segment. So, my loves, we're doing the daily vibration of December 23rd, 2019. So, we're literally like a few days away from Christmas. Hope you guys, if you're into Christmas, have gotten all your Christmas shopping done. If you're not into Christmas, I hope that you are also enjoying, this time off, maybe from work, maybe spending it with family, or just doing what it is that you do. Okay, so today, my loves, we're vibrating on the number 2. All right, the number 2, is a number which is really all about balance and harmony. Now, before we jump into the daily vibration today, I do want to remind you guys that I go live on YouTube every Friday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I will be live on the 27th, which is a few days after Christmas this week. So you guys can definitely come on in and check us out where I answer questions from the chat. It is a really beautiful community, a lot of support there in the community. So come on and join us on Friday nights, okay? Not to mention that these daily vibrations do go up at 12:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, not just via YouTube, but also via my podcast, okay? Now, with that being said, my lovelies, I also want to remind you guys that if you're interested in an intuitive reading / coaching session with me, we do have a few more days before the holiday special is over. You can gift it. I did have someone that actually gift 2 readings for the holidays. So you can gift a reading, okay? Or you can just hop in and join the holiday special. So that's a donation of $50. And you can get a coaching session / intuitive reading with me. Now, if you're tuning in via YouTube, you can find that information in the description box below. If you're tuning in via the podcast, we will have all of that information for you towards the end of the podcast. Okay, with that being said, vibration is number 2 today, my love, okay? Now, whenever you click on this video or this podcast, even if it's not the day of the vibrational frequency, energy is fluid, so you can take what resonates if the message does and leave what doesn't if the message does not resonate, all right? So, you know how we talk about intuition, okay, in the atmosphere all day, every day, guys. So your intuition, once again, is in the atmosphere all day, every day. It is up to you whether or not you want to interact with your intuitive nature, because we're all intuitive. So you can tap into that part of you or not. It's really your choice, okay? Now, if you are going to tap into that part of you today, you do want to pay attention to details today, because today is about balance and harmony. Today is also about relationships and partnerships, okay? And I only pulled for vibrations today that I wanted to talk about, and for the higher vibrational aspects. So that was just paying attention to your intuition, being able to pay attention to the details, as well as understanding balance and harmony is required in your relationships and partnerships, okay? Now, lower vibrational end of things is you do have fearful energy in the atmosphere, pessimistic energy in the atmosphere, stagnation, argumentative energy, as well as indecisiveness, okay? Now, it's important for you to understand, my love, that you have the power to change states at any time throughout the day. So you can literally take yourself out of one state or one feeling and place yourself into another state or another feeling, okay? Sometimes, depending on what you're going through, that may be harder said than done. The only way, however, that change happens in your life is first through observation without judgment, and then through you surrendering and allowing that change to come forth. Because if you're forcing change and you're really not doing the internal work, that change that you're forcing, okay, or those external changes that you're making are going to be short-lived, all right? Now, with that being said, this week we're going to tackle the root chakra energy, okay? Now, your root chakra is right about in the genital areas of your body, and you know how we talked about life-giving. So the root chakra, in this case, would be what anchors you in this third dimensional realm. So that you can consider the root chakra like the earth, the grounding chakra, right? And in this grounding chakra, this is all about what's on your mind, right? Now, remember how we've been talking about for the past if you've watched any of my videos, we talk about all the time the heart chakra being the true compass, and paying attention to your heart chakra, because that's always going to guide you, right? And then for the past 2 weeks, we talked about the moon's placement, and we also talked about the moon's placement, and we talked about the sun's placement, and we also talked about the interchanging with the magnetic as well as the electric fields between both. Okay, now we're going to take a look at the root chakra this week, and we're going to be looking at Pluto, okay, with Scorpio's energies this week, because the root chakra is what's grounding you in this third dimensional realm, and you need to know how that particular aspect of your body, aka your life, okay, or aka your emotional body, your life force, is operating. So this week is going to be about the root chakra, aka Pluto, the planet, all right? And today we're just going to start off with a little basic knowledge about the root chakra energy. Okay, first of all, it is grounding energy. Okay, this is what's grounding you. This is what's on your mind. So the root chakra, you can think of maybe the kids, family, your friends, okay, the bills, finances, this will be work, this would be maybe even the physical body, exercise and not exercising, you know, so this is where that type of energy is stored in your root chakra. This is what it controls, okay? It controls the family and friends area, like your it really controls what's grounding you and how can I put this? What is your interaction like? What's on your mind about the kids? What's on your mind about family? What's on your mind about friends? What's on your mind about your relationship? Not like the sacral chakra that deals with the emotional aspect of that. The root chakra is more what's on your mind. What are you repeating? That's Pluto's energy. And we're going to get into Pluto's energy this week, okay? But I just want to tackle the root chakra this week. So when we're talking about the root chakra, I want you to think about what's grounding you, what's replaying in your mind, okay? What is replaying in your mind about your family, your friends, your relationships, your bills, your finances? These are the things that worry you, okay? Because if your root chakra is too excessive, you're going to feel heavy and sluggish, okay? This is where fear and anxiety will come in if you don't have enough energy in that chakra. So excessive energy, you can feel just heavy, don't want to do anything, don't want to move, you know? When you're deficient or malnourished, don't have enough energy in that chakra, that's where your fear and your anxiety comes in. That's where fear and anxiety lives, in that root chakra, in your Pluto house, okay? So, I'm going to save Pluto for tomorrow. We'll get into Pluto's energy tomorrow. I'm a Scorpio, so I'm ruled by Pluto and I'm ruled by Mars, okay? And Pluto is a planet where it likes to get to the depths of things, and we're going to discuss that throughout the week, okay? Now, this is important for you to understand when you're dealing with this root chakra energy. It needs to be balanced, okay? Because when it is balanced, you feel grounded. You don't feel like you're being pulled by the day-to-day mundane things about paying the bills, worrying about what the kids is at, worrying about what such and such is doing. You know, you may be working out more. You may be able to balance your work and your home life, okay? So today we're going to go ahead and get into the 4 elements, okay, so we can see exactly what's needed. And we're doing this 4 elements really based around the root chakra energy, okay? And just taking a look at what's grounding you today and what you may need to pay attention to, because this is what's on your mind, okay? Now, once you figure out what's on your mind, then you can go into your heart chakra and see if it needs to be, if something needs to be embraced about what's on your mind, or if something needs to be released, okay? So, because remember, we're dealing with energy, and there's always an electric and a magnetic pull, okay? Something is either given or receiving, give and receive, okay? There's always that back and forth energy, all right? So, because we are now in full-fledged Capricorn season, all right, we are going to start off with my wonderful earth signs today. And earth signs will be Capricorns, that would be Taurus energy, that would also be Virgo's energy, okay? Today we are pulling from my zodiac card deck by Patsy Bennett. If any of you want to go ahead and find her, you can on Amazon.com is where I got my deck of cards. So I love these zodiac cards. I really, really do. Okay, so in our earth placement today for my wonderful earth signs, once again, and that is Capricorn's energy, because we're in Capricorn season. That is Taurus energy, and that is also Virgo's energy. And the earth placement represents, you can see your 5 senses in the 3rd dimensional realm, the physical realm, okay? So with that being said, my love, you guys have the Eclipse in Cancer card popping out today. And this is card number 28 in the deck. 2 plus 8 reduces down to the number 10. When you reduce down to number 10, you get the number 1. So this is still creative energy happening here today. Whenever we're dealing with eclipses, however, that is slow-moving energy. Well, let me not say slow-moving energy because it could be impactful energy. Eclipse energy is more like energy of change coming in. Right? And because we're talking about the eclipse happening in Cancer in your placement, my wonderful earth signs, the Cancer energy is all about how you feel. And we've been talking about feelings for a while in these videos and in the podcast series. So eclipse in Cancer is asking you to embrace and accept things. Okay. This may take you on an emotional journey today, especially when it comes to, domestic things like the kids, the family members, your friends. So this acceptance may be more in localized today, not so much generalized. This could be something on a more localized personal level. It could also be somebody at work that you just have to accept that you can't change people. But just pay attention today, my wonderful earth signs, as you're moving with acceptance today. Remember, we're vibrating on the number 2 today, so that's all about balance and harmony in relationships and partnerships. So some of you will have to be mindful today as you are moving and interacting with people, my wonderful earth signs, to accept that you can't change people. As much as we would love to, we cannot change others, okay? The world changes not by you changing someone, but by you deciding that you want to change, my wonderful earth signs, and the next person decided they want to change, and the person after that decided they want to change. And when everybody as an individual decides that they are ready to change, then that's when the world changes, okay? Now, let's move on to my wonderful water signs, okay? So my wonderful water signs, and I don't know, I think you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys had this card for 2 days now, at least once last week, and it could have even been yesterday, where you have the sun, excuse me, I almost sneezed, where you had the sun in Virgo energy, right? And with the sun shining in Virgo in the water placement, and for the water placements, we're talking about Scorpio's energy, we're talking about Pisces energy, and we're talking about Cancer's energy, right? When we're talking about the sun in Virgo, you can say represents the analytical part of you, okay? The sun in Virgo represents the part of you that really pays attention to the energy that you're putting out, okay? And not so much the energy that you're you got to pay attention to the energy that you're putting out, because the energy that you're putting out also means that you're reaping what you sow, what you invest. So the time that you invest in, you're also going to get back. Okay. So whatever you're investing in, you're also going to get back. Okay. So it's going to be very important for you, my wonderful water signs, to pay attention to where you're putting your emotions today. Okay. Because you're literally going to see manifestations of your emotional body happening today. So please pay attention to that. All right. Now, with that being said, my lovelies, let's move on to my wonderful, wonderful air signs. Okay. So air signs, you guys have the sun in Libra, and with the sun in Libra today, now my air signs, we're talking about Geminis, we're talking about Aquarius, and we're talking about Libras also. The sun in Libra represents harmony. This is all about you getting to a place where maybe you're going to be embracing a little bit more things in a loving aspect today. For some of you, this could also mean romance. For some of you, you can also feel like listening to music today, because that's just where you are. You don't want to deal with the lower vibrational end of things today, so you just want to focus on bringing harmony and balance into your life. And because we're dealing with root chakra work, you still want to be mindful of what is on your mind. And this is for all my signs. What's on your mind? Pay attention to what's on your mind. And as you sit in this energy of Libra, okay, and this is card number 7. Card number 7, or the number 7, represents inner. That's that inner work. That's that inner knowing, that inner standing, okay? Bring balance to that part of yourself today, my wonderful, wonderful air signs. And you can see some miraculous things about paying attention to what's really grounding you, okay? Now, for my wonderful fire signs, you have the eclipse in Aquarius energy. And fire signs, I do want you guys to be mindful that when we're talking about eclipses. We're talking about change happening, but this change can also take place over a slow movement of time. A lot of these planets don't move, these planetary movement can't take time. Some of them can take weeks, some of them can take days, some of them can take months, some of them can take years. So just be mindful. Eclipse energy you can feel not just once the eclipse is gone, but you can feel eclipse energy for even up to 6 months after an eclipse. So fire signs, we're talking about Leos, we're talking about Sagittarius, and we're also talking about Aries. This eclipse in Aquarius is all about an awakening. This is awakening to yourself and being able to come to an inner place where you can resolve things from within. It's kind of like feeling like the answers are being resolved from within. So you're getting that gnosis, so that inner understanding from within, and then you're projecting outwardly. Okay, so I want you guys to be mindful when we're dealing with root chakra work this week, and we're dealing with Pluto's energy this week. You need to be mindful that your root chakra is what's grounding you. Okay, and the Pluto energy really gets you to the depths of things. So we're going to explore Pluto's energy in your root chakra a little bit more this week. Okay, be mindful, my loves, as you are walking forward today, that you need to pay attention to your intuitive voice. And once again, balance and harmony is going to be key. Ask yourself today, what is grounding you? Okay, and if what's grounding you, is it balanced? Is it bringing harmony to your life? Are you in a place where you're able to change state when you don't feel so happy or so positive? Or is it the first thing that you go to? Is it something pessimistic? Is it something that has stagnant energy where it's not moving? Is it a fearful place? So these are things that you can ask yourself, so you can actually start getting to the root of what's grounding you. Okay, because that's important. All right, what's in your mind is what's important, because your mind obviously is going to start talking to the rest of the planetary systems, or to the rest of your energetic bodies within. Okay, all right, with that being said, my lovelies, look at this. And this one jumped out to the eclipse in Libra, was just another card that jumped out, which is card number 31, which equals down to 4, which is all about, that self-alchemy. And this is all about bringing balance. And we just talked about that. That's rebalancing. Okay, all right, my lovelies. So once again, keep in mind that I do go live on Friday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. You guys can find me at the number 4, Your Inner Voice, on YouTube. Also, the daily vibrations go up at 12:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every morning, so you guys can check them out either on my podcast, or you can check me out on YouTube. If you're interested in setting up a coaching session with me / intuitive reading, you guys can definitely make your donation of $50 to PayPal or Cash App. My PayPal is the number 4, Your Inner Voice, at gmail.com. Once again, PayPal is the number 4, Your Inner Voice, at gmail.com. And my lovelies, you can also Cash App me at $KIMOY106 and $KIMOY106, and make sure you put in whether or not you want a love or a career coaching session. And you guys can join us on the Friday Night Lives to get your question answered also, okay? All right, my lovelies, I will see you guys in your next individuals, definitely before the holidays, and then I'm taking the holidays off, so those will probably go up later today. All of them will be done by Tuesday, definitely before Christmas, and then I am off for the rest of the week, okay? All right, my love, see you guys. Have a wonderful holiday, and I will see you next daily tomorrow. Bye, my loves.